Hello, everyone,
One.
and thank you for joining us again on another Tuesday for another game of D&D. It's a fine day in April, and I guess we should just get right into it. Last time, I believe the party found themselves in the astral plane. And they floated through the sea of stars. They discovered they didn't quite turn around to see a staircase of some note and legend, but they did see a number of wizards, the outlines of magic users. Here we are. You missed the infinite staircase, just barely. You did see a face in the stars which ignored you. And then you were caught in a wind, a color wind, I think is what they're called. You flew past an angel, besides which Cedric was kneeling. You missed the master hand fight, and the other optional things that might have happened, and you ended up in the plane of Elysium, where a lot of stuff happened. Rizzo got bullied. There was a deer with a face that the party ultimately decided not to kill, and lamented their inability to just get a normal side quest that didn't have stakes that were world shattering. Yeah, world altering stakes. Yeah, and they. What did you do with the hunter? Yeah, you just left him there.
Woods.
And yeah, that's right. He crawled off.
Yeah.
That's right.
We simply flipped him over and let him crawl.
You found a portal that was supposed to have led you to the Outlands and the gate town of Ecstasy, but instead has brought you to a stone dungeon, and you find yourselves in a very large room, about 100 foot by 100 foot, and all along the floor and walls and what looks like the ceiling, though it's a rather high ceiling, are labyrinthine blue and red trails that appear to have faded over time. And all of you sort of plop out unceremoniously in the center of this room and fall together. Copernicus is with you. But otherwise, it's a plain room in a dungeon. There are a number of pathways. And you can make perception checks if you'd like to see if you notice anything else.
5. Totally see it.
Ooh, 7.
Very nice.
My sheet won't open.
Bast, you're able to hear from behind a doorway in the northeast corner of the room, what appears to be the sound of music or singing.
Is that a party I hear?
But it's as if it were filtered down and very far away, like through a hallway, the echo of it. So it's warbled and you're not able to quite make it out.
Best.
Makes sense.
Best. There's a party. Sniff it out, boy. There might be wine. What? I just said there might be a party, sir.
Copernicus says, well, where are we?
There might be
wine. What was that silver stuff?
And
You
Copernicus-
tapped on the font in the Amber Temple.
You
I
ever,
don't believe that for a sec. Come on, be honest. Why don't you just be honest with me? What was that?
you ever glorp Copernicus?
I
Yeah, you kind of got roped into this mess now.
It's a mess. What?
Yeah. Oh, you know.
Oh, well, fine. Fine. Bast, you notice one other thing as you're looking around. You look straight up, and you can see what looks like an upside down raised pillar with a gym sort of
Ooh.
built into it. A black gym.
Ooh.
Ah! Nothing happens.
it's good to be cautious.
I want it. Best, what is it? Well, you said get down. I thought you knew what it was.
I spilled my hooch.
Blake, do you notice anything?
Do I notice anything? Blake takes a look around. Do I notice anything?
You are able to take stock of the room. It looks like the red and blue lanes that go along the floors, ceiling, and walls make up a maze. There are,
Oh god.
besides the room in which Bast, or the doorway that Bast went up to, there is another archway in that direction, two archways to the west, and another doorway to the west. It's probably at least 80 feet up. The walls are rather high. It's a square room.
Little. Oh, Copernicus.
Copernicus says, I guess I can fly, yeah.
Thank you. And I'm not little. Blake is like 5'3".
Yeah,
Mhm.
Copernicus, go get it.
Make
And
me
his little man.
Yes, I can fly.
Go get it. Come on. Go get it. Go get it.
Yo,
Go get
be
it, boy.
safe.
Copernicus.
Go get it. Go get it.
Copernicus. Copernicus sighs and casts fly on himself and flies up with a resigned expression. He investigates the gym. He says, "Oh, it looks like there's some kind of ward on this. I think that it's connected. There's some kind of magic. Something to the room. I'm not sure." And he floats down. I don't know if I should touch it. I feel like if I touch it, there will be some kind of magical discharge, but at this point, from the door at which you went, you can hear the music continue to get louder and louder until out the doorway forces itself open, crashes off of its hinges, and what appeared to be a whole retinue of almost stone or iron persons with blades protruding from their shoulders and heads. And they are all singing and making the noises of instruments. So the ambience changes. You have not, no.
Hey, the party band's here.
Yeah,
Basco
Blake's
has
doing
give
the
them
same.
alcohol.
Too late to go back.
It's a good thing I don't have super hearing, or these drums would hurt. Huh.
And they sort of stop playing their music for a moment and line up in front of the group of you. I'm inserting the picture now. And one of them steps forward and says, hey, oh, what? Who? How did you get here?
That's a good question.
Oh, well, that's funny. And he looks, says, hey, these guys fell through a portal, and all of them just start laughing. Do you know where you are, son?
Nope.
Yeah.
Do you know who we are, son?
No.
Oh, they
I like your music.
A few of them sort of roll up in front, and they raise little banners with what appear to be images of a woman with a spiked headdress. And they let out some howls and some jeers, and they say, we are the Bladelings, and we are the keeper of the lady's final maze. And the leader sort of says, at ease, gentlemen, at ease. And the band gets back to sort of playing and frolicking. And he says, oh, so you know her.
Did you guys say maze?
Winks at you as the rest of the soldiers get about their business. It seems like they're kind of setting down for the day. And he says, well, and you can hear that the songs that they're singing are actually directed at this lady. These are all songs, and they're including references to her at every opportunity in these. Mm-hmm. And
you guys said maze, right?
Well, I mean, we've.
Yeah, Blake's eyes widen at the moment she hears the word maze.
And they say, well, yeah, I mean, most biological things and things that aren't aberrations or elementals or pure essences typically dissolve away here. We survive because we can eat the rocks and the stone. The traps, a lot of them don't affect us. So we've been here for a long time, and yeah, we haven't seen a soft body like yours for, well, how long's it been? I don't even remember how long it's been, if I'm honest. So, and he chuckles and says, well, there are exits all around us. I mean, look at the room you're standing in now if you wanted to. I bet that this could get you to the elemental planes of water or fire. but I'm not sure if you could really leave. The lady decides who comes and goes, and we're just so happy that she decided to look after us after Grumush threw us to the side for those orc bastards. And you hear some grumbling, yeah, fuck the orcs. So that's our story. We know this dungeon better than anyone. If you're going to be coming around and going around, you may need some guidance. What's the cage? Sigil. Maybe. I mean, even though we know what's here. We don't always have. It looks like a lot of the things have really complicated keys. Most of the stuff you can just sort of we extrapolate. So this room has details of blue and red in the way that it is, and they're flowing together. If you look at the details in the art and the old iconography, we could get you there to those planes theoretically, at least according to our. And they point to one of the bladelings and says, "Isn't that right, Aberus?" And he sort of pulls his head up. He opens a big a bag of holding and pulls out a really very thin manuscript. And it's right here. Puts it back in the bag of holding. There isn't very much information about this place. All that we know is that we used to have a god, and God abandoned us. So the lady took us in, and we worship her for that. We sing her praises at every opportunity.
Yeah, this is fucked up, dude.
We, you gotta get your pleasure somehow. We've never seen her. She... sometimes we do feel some sharp brushes and bruises against our stony skin, but we figure that's her way of saying that she appreciates this. It's like a little massage.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what those things are, mister. Well, they're elemental rooms, and this strikes me as having that kind of energy. I wouldn't touch that gym though. Real mean. They're like snakes, but they have women's faces. Ugh.
Oh.
Abhorrent. Yeah, really gross. The band plays on, and you can see that a few of the bladelings have paired off and are dancing together. Some of them are eating stone slabs. You can see they have things appear to be written on them. They're just munching. There's a low buzzing vibration. When you pull the Quicksilver out of your pocket, I would like you to roll a D100.
Oh no!
If you don't mind telling me your roll. Cool. So a discharge of purple energy shoots out of the Quicksilver and surrounds you, but nothing else happens.
Oh, he's been purpled.
Well, that's new.
You're covered with like a purple energy, as if you had gone super scan or something.
Once.
And The bladeling says, "Whoa, oh, avarice." And the bladeling comes with his large bag, and he pulls out another pouch and shows you something that's similar. And when the two of them are next to each other, there's another kind of rapid discharge between the two of them, and there's a effect.
Now kiss.
Another discharge of this time green energy surrounds everyone in the immediate vicinity, all of the bladelings and the party, including Copernicus. And they all look around, hey, both. Feels a little heavier. And what appears to be the lead bladeling says, well, I guess we'd start at the beginning. My name's Cadenza. And, well, all we know is that this, whatever this is, and it looks like that's similar, is supposed to be the remains of some deity. We were told it was the only one. There, the eye of the opener. I don't know. I don't know how you got it. And you can see that found it in a catacombs.
Right.
Yeah, we just kind of found it, man.
It might be that these that this artifact has more pieces than we figured. Maybe a way that we can get out of this place. Well, we've tried to use this to open as many doorways as possible, including in this room. They always bring us back. We don't make it very far, and no one else who ever comes in survives. No, something gets to them eventually. One of the traps or one of the creatures. Sometimes they try and fight us because we say that we used to worship Gramash. They're like, oh.
I don't like this place.
Copernicus says, "You're right. You're so right. This place is scary." Well, will you assist us in attempting to leave? I think that we'll be fast friends then.
I like the music though.
Bad timing with the music. Oh god.
Right.
Can I
Copernicus says, "Well, I guess that does explain how you ended up in prison without getting thrown in through the front gate."
Can I use identify on their Quicksilver?
Sure. Yeah, you can cast a ritual, and they suggest that you cast identify with the two of them together.
Oh,
because
good
it
idea.
appears that they are reacting with each other.
Hand me both of them. I'll use my.
Have you washed your hands?
What, you don't trust me?
Yes.
You haven't washed your hands, bro.
So,
Come
what
on.
you're able to tell is that these items both channel the spell plane shift. The one that they have has an infinite number of charges. The one that you have now has 5. There's also the sense that the material from which this made is something primordial, something that is an inherently magical substance that you've never come across before, and the properties of which are very elusive. It is like that thermofluid, something like that. And it doesn't react in very intuitive ways. You think that 10, 11 minutes isn't enough time for you to study it, and even with continued magical research, you're not necessarily sure what you're working with or what you're looking for, if that makes sense. But it does have those properties, and it appears as if it's possible. Could you just make an Arcana check in addition?
16.
So you believe that it's possible, though you're not sure how, that the quicksilver that the Bladelings have was the original, and that the one that you have was either a copy or it is part of the essence of that, condensed into its own form. It's like a clone. You're able to get that sense.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have the original Quicksilver. This is amazing. You guys hold something that a bunch of people want.
And they all laugh and they say, "Oh, it hasn't gotten us very far."
You don't know how many people would tie us up and torture us for this stuff.
Wow.
And the amount of charges you guys have with this base Quicksilver, you could plane shift anywhere at any time.
God. Oh, well, I guess we've never really thought of it that way. Yeah, it's more of a plane gate, but it does bring you from one plane to another. It's specifically activated by a portal that already exists. In most instances, I think that probably if you were a strong enough wizard, you have the thought that a 9th level, or a wizard who can cast 9th level spells might be able to manipulate it to just shift planes anywhere. But you know that you're not powerful enough for something like that.
I don't know how we can use this stuff, but if we're able to fully utilize it, we could probably get out of here.
Oh, well, there are more interesting spaces are on the opposite end of the dungeon. I guess that we could go back. We've they Cadenza gets a little bit more stern and says, "Wherever Our Lady directs us, we would that we could go to her.
Huh.
Is it? Then Sigil. Sigil
Oh,
is
but
where
that's
we'll
not
go
Sigil.
then. Well, anywhere that isn't with Our Lady is a cage to us.
Right. Well, we'll see how the lightning fares for them. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they won't get hit by lightning.
Well,
It's sort of strange of you to bring that up now.
Copernicus
we're all
says, "Yeah,
fine
which part of the city do you live in?"
I don't live there. I just want to go there.
Oh,
Yes, in a way.
you're clueless?
Not a lot of fellowship people get into Sigil, so I can imagine someone would want to go see it.
I don't know why anyone would want to specifically go to Sigil.
It's the city of doors. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You spend a
Better than
nice day
Barovia.
in the mountains, the material. I had a 1-day vacation hostel planar pass to the material. Oh my god, it was so nice. I got to see the Sword Coast, swim around in the ocean. Unbelievable.
It does sound incredible.
Yeah, I kind of miss the curvy roads. We should go back.
I miss people trying to mug me. That just doesn't happen anymore. They were all level 1. So weak.
Copernicus looks suspiciously at the two of you.
I'm
Like little
homesick.
babies. Yeah.
I'm homesick. Let's go home.
Hell yeah.
Well, middlemen, you are our guides, and we'll know this place better than any of us will since we just got here. But
Well, this hallway that we just came from will get us to the other side of the dungeon. I guess that we could try and start in the centermost room and... I'm sorry? There are 20 of them.
Jeez.
Yes. And Cadenza calls out, Papenis, lead the men! And they sort of pull up their instruments where necessary, and they begin going. And they lead you back to that same door. It's been knocked off of its hinges, but on the ground you can see a scene with a number of figures in hoods and what look like ghosts, ghosts with kind of almost like sheet ghosts, persons with sheets over them, raising their hands out ominously.
Cool.
And they lead you through a long, not terribly narrow, but twisting hallway. Goes up, left to the right, and then it spirals down left to the left, right, and comes back up on itself. And you find yourselves in a smaller chamber. There is a well in the center of this small room, and an iron chain hangs from the ceiling in the corner. There's another hallway leading out, and they say this is actually one of the more interesting ones. I think that it leads to the ethereal space. It doesn't go anywhere so specifically. Oh,
I'm
they
scared
say
to
that this
touch
just
anything.
changes the tint of this place. It makes everything wispy and no one can recognize you. But you can't interact with anything. I don't know what the deal is. Copernicus
You turn
says,
into a ghost.
sounds like the ethereal, I guess.
Turn to a ghost, just like those hooded little figures. You turn to one of them silky ghosts.
Hmm,
That must be it.
I guess
What a
so.
life.
Copernicus, go touch it.
Don't do it.
Copernicus goes up to the well. He reaches his
No.
hands in and he disappears.
Oh.
Whoa.
Now look what you've done. Copernicus is a ghost.
Oh, it's nothing new. Copernicus goes away all the time, pops up.
Wish.
Well, this is a pretty long hallway, and there are a few traps in it. So just be careful.
Okay, you lead the way, metal guy.
Copernicus pulls his head up from the well. Oh,
You okay there?
oh,
Where'd you go?
wow. Well, I was here, but when I tried to go back into the well, I saw some kind of chapel with tall windows, and at the far end of the room there was I think, I don't know, she was facing the other way.
Oh.
Oh,
Was it a fox lady?
I don't know.
Blake will help Copernicus out of the well. Like, well, you're here now, buddy. Don't worry about it. Try not to think about it.
Oh, okay. You can see that he seems a bit stymied, a bit dismayed, but yes.
I'm
And
curious.
the bladelings ask if you're ready to go through the hall.
Born ready, baby. Let's go.
Sure.
Dance with me, Blake.
Blake dances.
Very good. And so the bladelings direct you through this hallway, and after a couple of minutes of walking through, you hear one of them at the front say, Durandus, it's the sides. And one of the bladelings runs up to a few in the front who step on a panel, and scythes begin swinging down from the ceiling, and they use their fellow bladeling to smash him into these sides and jam them into place. And it takes a little bit of effort, a few tries, but they are able to, one by one, jam down these sides so that they aren't a danger to, and the rest of the party is able to pass through.
That was rad.
Durandus, when he gets back up, is kind of dizzy. Oh.
I wish I had that.
And
Yeah.
You're
That's the
fragile.
bear.
It would have helped the bears.
That hurt.
I just said it would have helped the bears.
Don't say that word.
oh,
Oh no.
Don't say that word.
A little bit of PTSD. Do you have a
No.
little PTSD?
I don't even know what that is.
People like pinch his cheeks.
and then you hear one of the bladelings shouts out, net trap, get down, Durandus, get up here. And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Specifically, this one guy jumps out in front of this net, which wraps around him, and you can see some kind of gas is being released from it. And he says, "Oh, damn it!" And a few of the bladelings come up and they cut the net. One of them looks over to you and says, "Oh, we can't really breathe in the poison, so it's not that big of a deal."
Good for you. Are you bragging? Yeah, they are saving our lives. Go ahead.
And they lead you to a small room. You can see when you get inside what appear to be ornate inlays of gold along the walls, floor, and ceiling. It's a vaulted room at the end of which there appears to be a gold altar with two torches on staves, pikes. And in the center of this altar or this table is a what looks like a model of some kind of cathedral.
A model? So like a tiny cathedral?
Like a diorama of it, yeah. It's sizable. It's at least 3 or 4 feet tall, but yes, it's a miniaturized version.
Is there anything inside of it?
The dollies?
You're not quite able to tell. It looks like it's made out of solid gold. It doesn't look like any of the doorways or windowways have anything inside of it, though. So that you can pull anything up. When you get nearer to it, though, and the quicksilver is the quicksilver begins to activate, and the door, the entryway of the cathedral, the doors open, and all you can see is golden light coming from the inside.
From the diorama?
Yeah, from the entryway of the cathedral.
I want to go. I want to see what's inside. What's creating that light? Look through the little door.
You do, and when you stick your head near it, the ring, or there's a ring in the back of your neck that you might not be able to see, but everyone else probably is, and you step into the light momentarily and find yourself let me see where you find yourself. Standing in a glowing field. There's an archway behind you of stone with light coming out of it, and a silver thread coming from your stomach. And you look around and you can see your companion Cedric. And he is sort of just running around with other persons, and yeah, they're all just very cheery and happy. It's like they're almost playing tag. There's a simplicity and a sheer joy. You can see that there are a number of apple trees thereabouts, and you hear the sound of rushing water nearby.
Cedric! Hey! Cedric!
You call out to Cedric, and he says, "Oh, And he comes up and he runs over to you and he says, you know you can't stay here, right?
What do you mean? Where am I? I don't
This
know where I am.
this is Celestia. This is Cronius, if I'm more specific. But we don't worry about things like that. You're still alive, for one thing, but
And
also,
you're dead.
like, you know, you still have that pact. As long as you have that pact, you're never going to be able to come back here.
I don't follow.
Well, maybe you will be able to fight it. You know I'll always be with you, right?
Of course, buddy, you're in my heart, man.
And he grabs you and he pulls you in for an embrace.
I hugged the man so hard.
And then he
Cedric.
grabs you by each of your shoulders and pushes you back through the portal. And the doors close.
You
Did I
alright,
shrink?
Theodis?
You're still crying
Whoa.
when you come back.
Did I just
Whoa,
shrink?
buddy. Blake is gonna like fucking help you up or whatever and be like, "You crying? What's going on?
No,
Hello?
I'm not crying.
Okay,
Oh.
it's just raining inside the little house. I see. I
Yeah.
see."
I saw
Um,
Cedric.
Oh god.
Oh.
No, it was different. I held Cedric. I saw him. He gave me a
We
big
talked-
hug.
Oh. We talked about PTSD before, but like Blake's gonna look worryingly at the rest of them like, oh god.
Yeah.
Good.
Where to now?
The Bladlings say, well, I guess that wasn't the right way. There's only one doorway through this room, and they lead you through it. And inside, you find, one second. There are a number of sconces along the wall, and in the center of the room, there is a large goblet that is black. And it's got some kind of liquid inside of it.
Not it.
Looks
Anton,
ominous.
you drink that?
Are we sure some of these aren't deadly? It could be poison.
And
Only one way to find out.
Cadenza says, I think that one goes to Acheron. I don't know if you really want to go there. Endless
no.
battlefields, Iron Rule by tyrants, probably nothing useful. We're I mean, they just sort of shrug their shoulders. They say everywhere goes a little bit different. We make our best assumptions with the lore we have. I don't know if we do have any planes to the Outlands. Outer plane, let me just check. They say, there's a tree that travels through. part of the dungeon. Maybe. And they lead you through a doorway. And you find yourself in a large, spacious room. There are a number of levels, and you can see that the upper level is almost looking down in the center, which it's almost like if you've ever been to, it's almost like a stadium or a coliseum, where there are there's stairs, there's seating that goes around the whole room, and an open sand pit in the middle of the room.
Sand pit. Not it.
Doesn't seem right. To me, at least.
They keep themselves to the stairs going around it.
Yeah, Blake does the same.
They say, yeah, there's a dark creature, say, that lives in those sands. We don't really talk to him. We don't really talk to him. Let's just go this way.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
These
And
folks
they
are-
lead you to another doorway. It's unlocked. And one of the bladelings steps in as a stone panel just smashes down on top of them. They get up, oh, I'm okay, and they grab a potion and they knock it back. Oh, I'm all right. It's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Buddy?
They say, Durandus, that was really good.
Ron just really drew the short straw here.
I always think they're dying.
He's my hero.
They lead you through the hallway to the left, and then it continues to go ahead, but it continues to go ahead, and they take you to the nearest and next doorway.
Dad's calling.
One second. I have 1 second. So what you see is Jesus.
What are you doing here?
No.
Happy Easter.
This is
Yeah. Oh my god.
you see in the center of this room, chained to the floor, chained to the ground, this creature. It's armored. It has a razor sharp tongue, and its body looks like the same substance as like a brain or burnt skin. And it snarls.
Oof.
Ew. I mean,
It's
sorry.
hideous.
Can I talk to animals? I want to try, you know? Silence isn't always the
Sorry.
answer.
I was on the phone with
Hello,
my dad.
little guy.
It's
So
okay.
we saw an animal.
Yeah, in the
And
general.
check into the chat.
Does it have
Yeah.
eyes?
It does not have eyes. No.
It's a monster, but
It is a monster. It's chained to the ground, though, in the center of this rather small room. And you can see in the ceiling what appears to be a spiral maze that is drawn into it. And you are also able to see what looks like some kind of magic circle underneath the creature. Carving a rune or something like that in the floor.
I don't want to
Okay.
let it out. I don't want
I
to
will
let it out.
talk to it with either talk to animals or my languages, including infernal, which I'm assuming hits, right? No.
Hey, I
What
can
do you
speak
say
infernal.
to it?
Hey, little guy, how are we feeling?
It responds to you in Infernal in your head, and it says, I should destroy you for asking me something so trivial.
I should destroy you for being so rude, little dude.
I asked
And-
I ask an infernal, hey guy, what are you doing?
I didn't know you
I'll
spoke
kill
infernal.
you! I'll kill all of you!
Oh god, okay, I'm
And
sorry.
it begins
You seem like
lashing
you're
out.
antagonizing it.
Yeah.
The bladelings grab spears from over their shoulders and they say, attack formation, stand around.
No, it's chained up. Don't do it.
They line up on either side of it and they hold out their spears.
Oh God.
It has a rather large and long tongue that lashes out, but you can. The range of its tongue is 30 feet.
Ooh.
So it does lash out at you as you attempt to cross the room. If everyone could make strength, athletics, or acrobatics checks, dexterity acrobatics.
Can I make it athletics?
Yes.
What the fuck? I get a 10.
Okay.
Just wait,
Fuck.
can we do acrobatics?
Yes, strength, acrobatics, or athletics.
19.
So the
Yep,
DC
same.
is 15, and it's 15 points of damage if you fail, or half if you succeed. Ruzo, because you have evasion, you don't take any. If not, you take 7 for a success.
Ow! Little dick.
What
Dog.
an asshole. The creature is able to, or isn't able to break from its chains, and you are able to make it to the other side of the room with only minor scrapes. And yeah. Yeah, they don't take very much damage from this. The ones that are affected at all, and they throw some spears at it as they make their way across the room, though it doesn't die.
Maybe they'd let you out if you weren't such a butthole.
Big butthole, isn't he?
Hey, you speak infernal.
Yeah, man.
How'd you learn that?
My parents.
Oh, I see.
Very, very interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they bring you forward into another archway that leads to a balcony, at the bottom of which you can see what looks like a rather ornate garden. There are hedges along the side of it. It looks like there is one entryway that leads out, but all of a sudden there's not a feeling of being enclosed. In fact, you can see stars above you. This is the only open room that you've been to in this dungeon. Bast, you may have had a vision or premonition of this place, or it's possible that it's shown in the Quicksilver font in the Amber Temple before you came here. But there is a sense of familiarity in this location that has not been the case in the other parts of the dungeon. And they look over and they say, well, do you have any rope? We typically just throw each other over this balcony.
Yeah.
Ah!
What?
Nice.
I lied. Like, that was very rude.
You could have warned us.
Mm.
You butt.
So you can see rows of hedges built up along the side of this garden, and there are a number of statues that have random creatures. It appears one of them is a person on a horse. One of them appears to be a statue of a mage. One of them looks like a golden figure of a hero, and one of them looks just like a blob. You are also able to see that in between those statues there appears to be a small sand clearing, and when you all step into the room, there's another discharge of magic that comes from you. Let me just reference something really quickly. Yes, and all of you still have that green glow around you.
Hey, Copernicus, you're green.
You have both. And you step into the room together, and all of the bladelings become petrified. They turn into stone statues. And you can see from the passageway, the arched passageway, a red, fiery light begin to shine, and you hear a voice, a woman's voice, demurely calling out, or making weird mouthy noises. Oh, ooh, ah.
Theater, don't listen.
I don't like
Copernicus
this.
covers his ears. Hey! Oh. Hey.
Stop!
Are there children? Okay.
He's
I just
literally
raised my
12.
hand.
Yes, what do you do? What does the party do?
Yeah, what's going on? Why are you making those noises?
Copernicus runs up to the mound of sand, begins casting lightning on it and forming glass in his hand. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
What are you? That looks kind of fun.
There's something wrong. There's something wrong about this place.
Blink twice if you need me to restrain you. Does he blink twice?
He blinks widely once, and then he tries to stop blinking, and he's kind of freaks out, like, no.
Blake tackled him. So contested strength check, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
Does he beat 22?
No, he rolls a 10.
Oh, nice. I pick him up.
Yeah, you tackle him into the sand, and there in the sand, you are able to find what looks like. Well, you're able to feel something.
More sand.
I hate sand.
You pull out
Gets everywhere.
2 pieces of a long wand. It's clearly broken into 2 different fragments. There's a wide handle and a long spindly end with a crystal carved around it.
Blake will be like, "Is that a wand in your sand? Or are you pleased to see me?" As Copernicus is like writhing, like.
No.
I will hand the wands to. I'm assuming either Theodus or Bast, whoever feels most brave. If I, yep.
Oh.
You're not. It's clearly a wand of one kind or another that it's broken. So whatever powers it has aren't coherent enough to make out. It's losing magical energy more quickly than it's discharging it, if that makes sense.
If only I had some
It
gum.
looks very, very ornate. So the sound was coming from the archway that is now sort of lit up with a fiery light.
What's horny mean?
It's a
You
thing
can-
for devils, Theodus.
You
Oh,
can
I
hear
wear
the
those.
familiar sound in your ears, Bast. Come to me. Come back to me, Bast.
Bast, don't get horny now.
Only
Please
can only
don't.
Bast hear this?
Only Bast can hear it.
Oh.
And you feel your feet begin to move in the direction of that arched passageway. Copernicus peeks his
Wait.
head up. Wait, huh? What?
Hang on.
And the next thing you know, Bast has walked through that entranceway, and a column of fire just erupts from it, and a wall of flame temporarily appears, bursts out.
No.
First
Oh.
red, and then a column of green flame.
Well, he's dead.
All right,
Um,
I'm going after him.
Don't burn alive. Maybe he's
It's
burning alive
chill.
right now.
Watch this, bro. And Blake will rage and run through the fire if possible.
Before that happens, Bast, you find yourself in a chapel. You look on either side of you, and you can see rows of empty pews, tall columns, and a high vaulted ceiling. Along the walls, images of razor vines, various creatures. You don't pay much attention to it, but the ornate contrast of different colors is resplendent and of note. In the far end of the room, you can see standing there momentarily a familiar sight, and the Quicksilver floats there in front of you. And you hear a screeching in your head as a shadow begins to move across the floor. And you try and hide your eyes, but you know what you're seeing in front of you because you've seen it before when you were taken into that memory. And it is the same image, and you vividly relive the moment where you see all of those cultists torn asunder with blades, almost like razor vine, just shredding through these persons. And you begin to feel your skin tightening and pulling as the shadow descends over your person. And
Can I help? I ran through the fire.
and the quicksilver bursts out, another discharge of silvery light. And 1 second. You pass out from the pain. It is overwhelming. And you wake up and you can see where the woman was, just what appears to be a swirling ball of necrotic energy. What you think may be a portal or a passageway. And you have the... Blake Sunny, when you make it into the space, you dive into the column of fire and it disappears in front of you, and you find yourself in the same cathedral. Copernicus follows through after you, and then Theodis.
Cool. I'm like,
You can
Bast?
see Bast there, prone on the ground, hunched over, and when you turn, his skin is gray and withery, and it looks very scarred. He almost looks like a zombie or a white or something like that. The color and life has been taken out of him.
And check his pulse.
Yeah, Blake screams "oh fuck" and like rushes to him, like to try and
Fast,
wrench it out.
you have a breath, but
Shut up, dude! You look like a raisin. Oh my god!
I
Oh
don't
my
know what
god!
this all means.
Like Blake is like feeding him water, like fucking just trying to get him to. It's funny to me, dude. Don't worry. Just keep drinking.
Copernicus says, "The lady, shouldn't you be dead? I mean, you don't look very good, but shouldn't you be dead?"
I don't question it, Copernicus.
Maybe it's a fake lady.
You're not the only person who tells me that I'm too curious. Maybe that's why I went to prison.
Threatening sentences.
Yeah,
Where'd you get
it's
one of
already
those?
lit.
I'm gonna help you up.
Yeah.
Come on, get up.
We're getting you home.
Everybody does.
We're gonna nap here though. You're almost dead.
Don't pee.
You look like a date or a raisin.
Yeah, we'll say, Bast, you have 1 HP.
Don't worry, when you get you back, we'll get you wine, we'll get you more glorp, it'll be the shit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll have a big glorp day. 420.
Yeah.
No more wall of fires for you, young man.
Yeah, I don't know how you survived that.
Yeah, we take a long rest here, I guess, if at all possible.
Wow, okay. So that is what you decide to do. You set up your camp, and that
Just
Not
give
on
him a
one hit.
piggyback.
I couldn't do that. He's fat.
So you just give him a dead arm.
He's super fat. I can't carry him.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Next one's a cabbage kid. You don't want that.
Don't
It's like a
teach him.
dead arm, but it's your entire leg.
When you put your things up, and Copernicus says, "Well, I have just enough for one more road stew. I guess
Yeah.
that we could do that."
Yeah.
You're an angel, Copernicus. I love you, man.
Oh, thank you. Wow, that's so nice.
Stoop kid's afraid to leave the stoop.
And
Oop.
so you all, yeah, you have your soup, maybe some light conversation, and the light fades on the group of you. And when you wake up in the morning, you find yourself in a cathedral, but it doesn't appear as if it's the same cathedral. You look around and you can see that the windows are smashed and broken. You can hear the sound of a wild wind howling through the broken windows. And there is a lightness and a rain. The moisture in the air is palpable, and you can hear drizzling.
Ew. This is bad for my feathers. Can we go?
I have to pee.
And you find yourself in a seemingly never-ending field. There's a blue sky above you, swirling clouds. Off in the distance, you think that you can see a large lake, or maybe a wider body of water along steep cliff hillsides.
Where is this place? This doesn't seem like a dungeon.
And that's where we're going to stop.
Ooh.
Perfect timing. Gotta
Nice.
get ready to go.
Very cool.
Perfect timing.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to have to leave so early today.
No,
This kind of
it's
just
okay.
got pushed on me.
I wasn't expecting you to not go into the portal, but I think that by the end of the next session, hopefully some answers. The portal that was in that cathedral space. It was at the end of the room. It was a question of like, yeah, were you going to go in there then, or take that rest? If people did, would they? I guess it was still there. We can take a vote on it.
Did we find out what happened to the bladelings? Are they still
They
stone?
were still stone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we take their quicksilver?
Oh,
You weren't able to find it.
Oh.
I like your thinking though.
Alrighty, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It's cool. I think that we might be able to play around with what happens. We'll start at the cathedral, and that portal might still be open. And the person that you are going to meet still meets you, I think, is what maybe will happen. We'll see next time, though. I think that was a really interesting one. I
Yeah,
like
I
the
had a ton
blade.
of fun.
Oh, yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Bye.